I feel better having one of us there instead of blindly trusting the Brotherhood. Make sure someone is focused on saving Sheena and Burke.
One of us? You really mean it? I'll prove to you, Pierce, that I belong here. I'll undo what I've done.
You being willing to put your life on the line for us is indication enough that you belong in this family. Bring my people back alive and in one piece.
I'll meet you at AMS. I'm not coming back with you after, though. I have a new family now.
Can't believe they're always tromping around in that power armor. Must be all cramped and sweaty in there. I hope you're here for a reason.
I miss my friends back in Fort Atlas, but being a raider is awesome. Maybe Pierce will let me lead the next raid. That would be so cool.
Displaying current stock. Ready to initiate trading. How can I assist you today? Ready to exchange items? Now displaying current stock. Ready to initiate trading. I assist you today? Ready to exchange items?
Automated Mining Services welcomes you to the home of industry. Visitors, please see our receptionist. Welcome to AMS, the future of mining. AMS is here for you.
To kill you.
Let's keep going.
Fugitive is attempting to evade capture. Beginning pursuit. Fugitive has evaded pursuit. Law enforcement authorities now have primary responsibility for apprehension.
This is Hank Madigan. Message to any fire breathers running through here after me. Had to dodge more robots and turrets than I can count, but I found what we're looking for. Atomic Mining Services were barons of Ultrasite. Had a lab right here in this office. I think they might have found a way to help us out, even if they didn't know it. Turns out, once all the fuel is spent, there's a hunk of material left behind. This depleted Ultrasite doesn't play nice with the normal stuff. Turns corrosive. AMS was thinking disposal and containment. I'm thinking weapon. Scorched, walk around with chunks of Ultrasite stuck in them. We modify some guns to fire depleted Ultrasite. See if that makes those assholes melt.
Them on my own, you know. I've had to be the one who takes care of Max and me. I'm not used to accepting help. So, thanks. Now that that's taken care of, we should look around and... I already did a sweep of this floor before that mercenary attacked me, and didn't find anything. Let's try looking upstairs. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Unidentified intruder detected.
What was that?
unstoppable. You can't escape.
That necklace! I know that necklace! I'd recognize that necklace anywhere. That's Burke's necklace. I've never seen them without it. My mom had a similar necklace that she always wore. Never took that thing off. I still regret not being able to retrieve it from her body. Thank you. You're right. Max and I will keep her memory alive. Maybe I can tell you about her sometime. If you want. At least we know that Burke and Sheena made it to AMS. Let's keep looking. There! I recognize them! That's one of the raiders that went with Sheena and Burke. I hope they're still okay. I'm so tired of all the blood and death. I'm tired of losing everyone that I care about. First my mother's death, and now this. You're right. Sheena and Burke are strong. I'm sure they're here somewhere. Come on, we've got to hurry and find them. that note say? A note from Sheena. Can't believe they surrendered. Hopefully that means they were taken alive. The Raiders. They really are like a family. The kind that I want to be a part of. Of course, they'll always be my family. I just couldn't stand staying in that place anymore with the Brotherhood. One day, they'll understand. Hell, maybe they'll even join me. We're almost to the top of AMS. We must be getting close. Let's hurry. Door's locked. See if you can find a way to open it.
Really? You and that little girl are the ones giving my mercs all this trouble. We Hellcats don't put up with anyone getting in the way of us or our caps. This ends now.
What was that?
What was that?
Found him!
You're going down!
You think that's all we got? Get him!
I heard something.
I'll take care of you myself. Oh shit! I'm hit! I'm hit! Oh. I don't aim it to take you down.
Did you find out where Sheena and Burke are? I have no idea, but that son of a bitch is gonna pay for messing with Sheena and Burke. Captured? That's good. That means they were taken alive. We need to figure out where these holding cells are. See if you can find anything else that hints toward their location. Please hurry. Let's keep going.
gotcha will know the name Hellcats. Huh?
Huh? Found him! Ah, fuck. I'm hit! I'm hit!
Keep an eye out.
Buy a new gun with my next cut.
What was that? Fireman! Can't shoot me!
My head!
Sheena! Bert!
Marsha, what are you doing here? And with this snitch? What the hell?
The Brotherhood sent their lackey to try and bring me back. I told them I refused to even consider it until we found you. They're actually not as bad as I thought. And they helped me find you. But anyway, are you two okay? You look pretty beat up.
Been better.
Good work on giving these mercenaries hell, Marcia. You'll make a great addition to the war party. So, can you get us out of here or not? Nothing that could be of use to us. It seems like they were doing some sort of experiments on people down here. That terminal over there might have more information.
Sheena made the right choice.
Thanks, Burke. There was no way we would have made it out of there alive, and I knew Pierce wouldn't just let us go missing. My quick thinking's what kept us alive. Not everything can be won with a fight.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
Appreciate your help.
Don't worry, you two. We'll get you out soon.
Hey. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Okay, now that we found Sheena and Burke, we can talk. What's up? It's hard to talk about, but you've been so patient with me. I've really ever only talked about it with Ramirez, but... Alright. The town that Max and I were living in with our mother was being threatened by a group of raiders. When the Brotherhood came into town, they decided to be saviors. They actually thought it would be a good idea to arm a bunch of ordinary people with high-tech weaponry. When the raiders came, they took the weapons and slaughtered our people. If we hadn't tried to fight back, my mother would still be alive. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm just filled with so much anger and hurt. Sure, I'll hear what you've got to say. You, Ramirez, Odessa, you've all shown me that maybe all Brotherhood members aren't the same. But I can't just leave the war party. We're family now. I never thought that I would be faced with having to decide between two families. You're right, though. I can't just abandon the people at Fort Atlas.
Marcia, no. Why would you go back to them? The Brotherhood are our enemies.
I'm not joining the Brotherhood, but I can't just abandon everyone at Fort Atlas. Their initiate helped me see that. I'm sorry. I really am. I'll never forget the way that you all accepted me into your family. I hope that one day we'll be able to see each other again, and it won't be on fighting terms. Thanks again. For everything. I'll see you back at Fort Atlas.
Hey.
Like this, we're gonna be invincible. The wasteland is hell. Stay vigilant, Initiate.
To think of everywhere we've been, this old place may hold... Welcome back, Initiate. I see that Marcia has returned and in brighter spirits than before. I don't know how you managed it, but... great work. Did you discover anything else on your mission?
One day, I'll make night. Then I'll show those raiders who's boss.
One day I'll make night.
AMS.
Raiders who's boss.
Those headquarters had been a point of interest to the Brotherhood for a long time. I see Marcia was not shy in sharing our intel. Shin is going to freak when he hears of this. Very interesting research on the effects of heated ultrasight on the human body. Horrendous that they were performing these secret experiments, though. We'll learn what we can from this. Thank you.
I hope I get to meet them in person someday.
I see. I figured you'd hear more about it eventually. Try not to judge us too harshly based on the way Marcia tells it. We did the best we could in those circumstances. Too many lives have been lost. I feel for Marcia and Max. This letter is concerning. While Marcia wasn't missing, it seems that these Hellcat mercenaries and the Blue Ridge Caravan Company are both involved in the other disappearances. Please, take this to Romani as soon as you can. She'll want to hear about this. Staying safe out there.
Everything makes sense now. This is my place. My mission.
No meat. Approved. A perfectly preserved pie with
We'll make Atlas stronger than Fort Defiance ever was.
I'm glad you're with us, Initiate. I hope Night Shin is gonna be all right. I wish I had more medical training, but it's probably best that I leave that to our specialists.
I can do more than just fight. But how do I show that I'm fit to be a scribe when I'm put on patrol day and night? New recruits, Night Shin's training, weapons, and a base like this, we're gonna be invincible.
The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else it brought. I'm glad we guard our
Protection. I have everything I need here.
I understand your frustration, Mr. Knapp.
Oh,
Finding
hello again.
everyone that has gone missing is my top
Initiate.
priority.
Sorry.
But we need more evidence before we can act.
Not yet. It was going well until... you know.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Folks here have been pretty distracted since the rift between Paladin Romani and Night
There's
Shin.
something we should discuss.
Scribe Valdez tries to keep up my training, but I think she's spending a lot of time managing the other two. I don't like it. It doesn't do anybody good for there to be confusion about who's giving the orders. I can understand both of their points. It feels wrong for Paladin Romani to cut us off, but she also seems to truly care about doing good here. I guess if you ask me, I'll listen to Scribe Valdez. If she takes a side, I'm on hers.
Not much use jawing now. Take care of yourself.
Mr. Knapp here has come to us with another missing persons case.
My niece Cassie. Cassie Holloway. She paid some caravan and folk to help her travel here from out west. Sent me some letters just before she set out. Them letters arrived just fine, but she didn't. I went and spoke with them caravanners, and they tell me that my Cassie never set out with them at all. Those, Blue Mountain,
The Blue Ridge Caravan Company. Really? This letter said they would acquire more people from Blue Ridge? Interesting. This is the first real lead we've found, and it connects directly with what Mr. Knapp is reporting. I actually had my own suspicions about the organization, but this information certainly tips the scales. I've made several attempts to contact the Blue Ridge Caravan Company in hopes of trading supplies. They turn me down. Every time. I understand that the Brotherhood can be an intimidating presence, and the West Virginia chapter didn't exactly leave behind a shining legacy, but I think we've shown we have Appalachia's safety and security at heart. Yet they remain unwilling to even speak. I find it suspicious. During our travels, we found that a caravan group was just as often a cover for slavers and raiders. The friendly guys for rolling through towns. I didn't suspect Blue Ridge of such at first. But their repeated refusal to talk, Mr. Knapp's story, and this letter are simply too much to ignore. We need to investigate this Blue Ridge Caravan Company immediately. Well, they have an office at the west end of the Big Bend Tunnel. Initiate! I'd like you to meet me there. But try not to attract too much attention either. If they realize we're in the Brotherhood, they may clam up. That's right. Fort Atlas is secure for the time being, and with Shin out of commission, I'd like to step in and do my part. This is our strongest lead by far. The two of us need to act quickly if we hope to safely return those that went missing. Thank you, Initiate.
Need some words of wisdom, Initiate?
To rebuild America. Take the old.
I've always got time for you, Initiate.
It just doesn't make sense. First a surprise super mutant attack. Now people are starting to vanish? We didn't train for this.
We are really fixing this place up, don't you think?
Dude, this had better be important. Things didn't go as planned at the caverns, but we handled the situation well as a team. Good work.
Learning, protection. I have everything
It's
I
a
need.
thorn in my side, physically and figuratively. It takes twice as long to get anything done like this. On top of that, I can't maintain my regular fitness routine. I'm starting to feel like my limbs are made of wet rubber rather than flesh. The good news is that this should heal quickly. My armor took the majority of the damage. I hope we can get it back in working order before I need to get out there again. I thought Initiate Norland would serve as an example to Initiate Houston. Instead, they went in two different directions. And that proved fatal. This doesn't make up for the loss. Not even close. But I understand better now that people need to be met where they are. That applies to all the initiates. I need to understand them before they can trust me.
What else we want? I'm glad we guard our tech closely.
Yes, it's something I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. But I'll carry it with pride for what Norland gave to the Brotherhood. We all put our lives on the line by signing up. My goal is to ensure that in the end, what we've done for the world makes it worth it. Sure. I'd rather not waste my breath on it. You mean that vile man we dealt with at the storeroom? The next time he tries to wax any fan in the way that Pierce... Besides that, you're an abomination to humankind, and a threat to civilians across Appalachia. Be ready for new orders at a moment's notice. Ad Victor.
Hi. I did all my exercises today. A promise.
What would the elders do in this situation?
What? You want to know about... I grew up in a town. I helped him out, Alec. Whatsoever would make you think that?
2 sets of plans, and the initiates don't know who to report to. This can't last forever.
I hope my next mission is soon. I'm tired of being
Thanks.
stuck in Fort
I mean,
Atlas.
I feel like you're way more capable than me, so it means a lot for you to reach out. I'm going to keep trying to be better so that other people can count on me too. I really thought that Nightshin hated me, but I respect him a lot.
What would the elders do in this situation?
I know it's my fault. Regardless of anything Nightshin says, yes, I'm young and inexperienced, but he still died because of me. If I had only just stood and fought, then maybe...
See if anyone needs help with anything.
I'm trying. Initiate Norland was brave. I guess I just want to be a little more like him. And it's awful that he had to give his life for me to finally realize that.
Love it.
I'll have some initiates inspect the perimeter.
What?
You can't afford
Of course. I mean, but and maybe Paladin Romani approved my recommendation, so I wouldn't be here without her. She's so confident and determined. I could never be like that, but I'd at least like to try. Oh.
Tell me all about your latest mission, please.
Still not finished.
Yeah, except when she bosses me around. But soon I'll be big like her and she won't be able to do that anymore.
I hope my next mission is soon. I'm tired of being stuck in Fort Atlas.
2 sets of plans, and the initiates don't know who to report to. This can't last forever.
Cleaning duty again? I swear that shit has it out for me.
Still not finished. There's just not enough hours in the day.
I should see if anyone needs help with anything.
I'll have some initiates inspect the perimeter. We can't afford to find any more weak points.
Okay, Erica. You're doing great.
I can't wait to tell Max about my latest patrol.
For the Brotherhood, and Dr. Hardy, and everyone. Okay, you got this.
over there.
Sore all over. Building this place up is hard work.
The Blood Eagles are a dangerous offshoot of the Raiders. They don't get along with the Crater Group. Oh, nice. I just saw
Is there
a
something you
lightning
need?
bug over there.
I'm on the clock. This is Big Ben. The Blue Ridge Caravan Company, that's us, have been using it to move merchants to the west side of Appalachia. Currently, we're trying to carve a path into Appalachia to improve trade and commerce with the settlements here. Head inside if you want to know more. Protecting the Brahmin is and always will be our top priority. But we'll pay a bonus for any lost cargo you can recover along the way. Just keep in mind, we haven't been able to secure the deeper parts of the tunnel. So, there's no telling what you'll run into. What did you want to know? I'm a caravan guard. I keep the merchant.
Sunny makes it.
Originally, pretty far from here. Closer to the capital. My family has a camp there, but these days I'm mostly traveling for the job. Oh.
I hope we can set up more settlements like Foundation. I've got friends out there that didn't want to come with me. What are you doing up this late? Fix that. Gotta get some shut-eye. Never seems to end. Those Mothman cultists give me the creeps. They're all just crazy. Now that people have come back to this area, they'll all want to be setting up places like Foundation.
Don't like the fog. Even just a mist makes it harder to see.
Need some new clothes. I'm getting buddy.
I have mastered the art of sleeping while standing. This mask provides me the proper camouflage to hone my craft.
Herschel Klein, author, reveler of life, aspiring playwright, and, on certain occasions, bartender. At your service. Always with the questions about Blue Ridge. Never, hello, fine barkeep, what's your story? No one's interested in reading the latest draft of My Life at the End of the World, a Herschel Klein story, with a special foreword written by Billingsley of the Bolton Greens. Fine. The Blue Ridge Caravan Company is a caravan company. Hard as it is to believe, given its incredibly cryptic and nondescriptive name, I know. People pay us money to get things from one place to another place. If you want work, head over to the east side of the tunnel and talk to Vinny. Rumors? What do I look like? Some kind of barkeep? I mean, I am, but really, do I look like one? I'm trying to keep my style a little fresh. You know that guard we got, Ares? He's got an encyclopedic knowledge of everything strange. Cryptids, aliens, killer robots. I've been working on a theory. He is an alien. His spaceship was destroyed when the bombs fell, and now he's stuck working for us just to get by. Poor guy. Must miss his home planet something awful. Here's one I heard. We're all just living in a simulation. That's right, none of this is real. Die here, and you'll just wake up in a memory lounger somewhere in Hoboken, New Jersey. To be honest, I'm not sure which reality is worse. Thank you, thank you. I'm here all week. Rumor has it that the folks in the crater are actually astronauts that came down with that space station. But their mission is top secret. Or at least that's what one of them told me last time they mugged me. Said he couldn't tell me what the caps were for. Highly classified. Yeah.
Ah, there you are, Inishi. I mean, friend. Sorry for the informality, but we should keep a low profile. Don't want to spook anyone that might be listening in. Huh. Don't get too used to that. But listen, I was hoping we could talk for a few minutes before we head upstairs. Let me buy you a drink. What do you say? Great. Take a seat.
Oh boy, a customer! What can I get for you? Take your pick from Herschel's curated liquors of choice. comprised entirely of whatever I happen to find today. Oh boy, a customer! What can I get for you? Neat. Well, you sure as shit ain't getting it on the rocks. Okay, here you go. Enjoy.
Huh. A fine choice. Salomati, my friend. That's interesting phrasing. Join. Never really thought about it that way. I was already in the National Guard, helping people, maintaining peace. That was my life. The Brotherhood didn't feel like a new organization. It felt like regrouping with my people. A return to form. Maybe some ranks and verbiage changed, but the heart of it was there. I'm not sure I even gave it a second thought. It was. Even knowing what I know now, I have no regrets. They were my people, my comrades. But things changed as time rolled on. As I'm sure you know, the views of the Elders and I differed greatly. Sometimes I think... No, I'm certain that I was selected for this mission in order to remove my perspective and influence. The Elders saw my pull and experience as a threat and knew I would never align with their goals. What better way to prevent my meddling than to send me packing on a cross-country venture? I often wonder if they ever expected me to report in at all. To make it here alive. Joke's on them, I guess. Alan Connors. That's right. Dear, dear friend. The two of us were from the same unit in the National Guard. Alan had been my rock through every storm I weathered. We survived the bombs together, joined the Brotherhood together. He was more than my right hand. He was really a lifelong companion. I'd never really considered a world without him. Not just to me either. To both Valdez and Shin. He was like a big brother. Even a father. He was always there for them. That's the part that gets to me. He was an important person to damn near everyone. It's what makes his absence hurt even more. Almost certainly. When we lost Alan, Shin stepped up to take on many of his responsibilities. On top of the grief. That must have been a lot to handle. It led him to fall back on what he knows. On rules and doctrine. He doesn't trust anyone else to help him see beyond that. Not like he trusted Alan. And because of me, because of a call I made, we all lost him. I know Shin will never forgive me for it. No. I was the commanding officer. Blame starts at the top. That's one subject the two of us agree on, even if he doesn't realize it. Thank you for hearing me out. It's an honor to pass on his story. He deserves that and so much more. I think that's a fine idea. To whom? Yes, to Knight Alan Connors. May he never be forgotten. Bisalamati. Now, on to business. Let's head upstairs. And remember to keep a low profile. We're just a pair of friendly traders looking for potential business.
Look out, here comes trouble.
Ms. Mayfield, my name is Layla. I made an appointment to speak with you.
Please, Joanna is just fine, dear. And while all this cloak and dagger hubbub is flattering, why don't we cut to the chase, Paladin Romani?
Well, that was short-lived. Okay, Joanna. It appears I underestimated you.
And looky there. You've got one of these famous vault dwellers in tow. Oh, and I know this one. Made a splash around here. Say, when are you planning to provide some of that skill to my caravans?
I'd appreciate if the job offers were saved for later. We're here on pressing business.
Okay, Paladin. Down to brass tacks, then. It's not an accident that I finally opted to meet with you, after playing hard to get for so long. We know you're interested in the folks that have gone missing. We are too. Been looking into it for a spell now. Plain and simple, I wanted to handle this internally. I didn't want news of this stirring up a panic, maybe causing the perpetrators to flee. Our clients paid us for safe transport, and we failed them. It was our responsibility to solve it, discreetly. I'm sure you can appreciate that. As for deceiving Mr. Knapp, well, I dislike fibbing. But sometimes you've got to play your cards close to your chest, especially when lives are at stake.
I don't buy it. Sounds more like you were trying to prevent future clients from being scared off. It makes me wonder if this sudden cooperation isn't in the interest of helping others. Maybe you've just been caught.
I'd be offended by these accusations if it didn't weave such a fascinating story. Are you planning to sell that as a dime novel? Well, if you're wondering why my organization would choose to dodge your calls, examine the attitude with which you've started this conversation. This pseudo-authority you're flaunting is exactly the type of oppression and regulation that my free enterprise can do without. And what, pray tell, is that, darling?
We found correspondence from our suspects claiming they were acquiring people from Blue Ridge. It seems to me that your company has been transporting people in a different way than you've advertised. And involuntarily at that.
We've always been upfront and honest with this venture. The routes are dangerous, and our Brahmin sure as hell don't smell like roses. Everyone who works with us gets the straight truth. And I certainly don't take too kindly to what you're implying. I could stand here and deny your allegations every which way to Sunday. But I know you won't just take my word for it. So if you've got some hard evidence to prove my people were involved in this little scheme, show it. Otherwise, this letter of yours sounds more like we're the target, not co-conspirators. All right. That's fine by me.
Right now, the most important thing is finding everyone that has gone missing and returning them home. Being upfront with your involvement in this now will be looked upon favorably, because we're not stopping until this is solved and they are safe.
Slow down, Paladin. This is not an admission of guilt or an attempt to weasel out of responsibility. We are just as concerned about these folk as you. We're willing to cooperate in hopes of saving lives, nothing else. And if you're hoping I'm about to spill the beans on some secret abduction scheme, you're out of luck. We have the same goals as you in this.
Honeyed words, but we should proceed. What can you tell us about the people that went missing from your caravan?
Better to just let you take a look for yourselves. Ares! Come on in here!
This guy looks like some kind of guard. Probably armed. Don't take your eye off him, Initiate. Despite Miss Mayfield's silver tongue, I'm not entirely convinced. Let's not start a shootout, but just stay cautious.
You rang, boss?
Harper's Ferry, the train tunnel. Mind showing our guests the route?
Oh, crap. You really want to go back there?
That was exactly my thinking, Ares. Head on over to that tunnel and show this duo of detectives the scene of the crime. Does that sound amenable to y'all?
The train tunnel itself isn't so important, but underneath is a top-secret gas pipeline running all the way out of the region. It's a pretty discreet route. Safe, too, comparatively. Except, the most recent trip. Well, the last known whereabouts of one of our caravans. They set up camp there, but come morning, the entire place was abandoned. It was a big group, maybe around 15, including our own guard.
You've lost that many people? And we're only just now hearing about this.
That's on me. I chose to keep this off the books. Maybe a bad call, but let's save examining hindsight for when we've gotten to the bottom of this.
Okie dokie, I'll meet you there. It's the big fancy train tunnel, just east of Harper's Ferry.
Now, time is money, and I've burned a bottle and plant worth of caps chatting with you two. So if you don't mind, please direct any further inquiries to my masked associate.
Fine. But after reviewing the evidence, I plan to revisit Blue Ridge's involvement in this matter.
By all means. If you find something that gets us answers, we can talk till the Brahmin come home.
Harper's Ferry train tunnel. Be there or be not there? What else did you need? Hard to say. The campsite was pretty much undisturbed, just empty. Spooky stuff. Ghosts, probably. Or a ghost train. Train ghost? One of those. Tell me which one of those two things, and only those two things, it was when we get there, okay? Oh, just a little something to help me breathe. And to keep my jaw attached. You know what they say, play with fire, get burned. Play with killer robots, get your face ripped off. What? Where? Well, the last known whereabouts of one of our caravans. They set up camp there, but come morning, the entire place was abandoned. It was a big group. The train tunnel itself isn't so important, but it's a pretty... Oh, you know what this... Well, you heard it now. Consider it a public service announcement. Bring snack.
You and your paladin can learn a thing or two about subterfuge, darling. She needs to work a little harder to hide that high and mighty aura of hers.
Oh, I'm sore all over. Building this place up is hard work. Don't go there with me.
Looks like it might rain later.
I don't like the fog. Even just a mist makes it harder to see.
Initiate, glad you made it here safely. That Ares character is further ahead. I should mention, every instinct I have is telling me not to trust him. It seems we don't have much choice for the time being, but we'd be wise to keep an eye on him. As I mentioned before, this isn't my first time dealing with a caravan group like this. More than once, we discovered that slavers had been using the guise of a caravan to collect and transport people. Blue Ridge using a dark corner like this for their operations only raises my suspicions. I cannot overlook the similarities. All right, you take... Guns at the ready. I spotted some feral ghouls earlier.
Well, hello there. The spot we're looking for is further in the facility. There's a trick to getting in. Give me one shake of a lamb squatch's tail to get it open. Let's see, 30 days past September, carry the 2.
Is this for real?
And Viola is just a little further ahead. Please, after you.
Fine. But don't think we aren't keeping an eye on you.
I can't blame you. I know I'm a real looker. Being back here again even gives me the creeps. And trust me, that's saying something. lives just past this door here. I'll get it open. And that's bad. Oh, that's very bad.
Speak, Ares. What's a holdup?
You're not gonna like this. Follow me. Yep, just like I thought. Let's chat. Welcome to the 9th Circle of Hell. First, the good news. It's bring your own paramilitary night, so the Paladin drinks for free. Just your run-of-the-mill illegal natural gas pipeline, courtesy of the fine people at the Bish Company. A bit before the war, Bish offered to maintain this historic train tunnel out of the goodness of their cold, corporate hearts. And wouldn't you know it, they may have had an ulterior motive. The bad news is that I can't unseal that door. Here's the quick version. Clever little me locks that door by setting off a bogus gas leak alarm. But it looks like in order to lift the lockdown, you need to verify there's actually no gas leak. The door is real picky like that. We ferried a lot of people through these tunnels. Didn't want any of our former clients trying to use it. Not for business reasons or anything. We just didn't want anyone else going missing down here. Oh, I'd love to, but there's a little problem. If you'll cast your steely gaze to the left, you'll see a massive, impenetrable wall of strangler vines. To verify there's no gas leak, we need to get to the pump room. One guess where the pump room is located. Yeah, that's the tricky part. There were some engineers living down here well after the bombs fell. Looks like they lasted a few years even. Which means they had a way of fighting back the vines. Maybe start by looking for how they did that. I snooped around a bit when I first recommended the route to Joanna. There's some offices that were clearly being used as bunks for a while. Not sure what happened to them. It almost looks like they just dropped dead on the spot. That's not a bad omen, is it? I don't know. They're all over this region, though. Hard as hell to cut, and they grow like they hold a grudge. In a past life, I used to work with these pencil-pushing sociopaths in suits. Well, not at this facility, but I was in the know about their various nefarious dealings in the region. I'll just skulk here in the corner in case another way of opening this door comes to mind. Let me know if you have any luck. Try not to die a terrible death.
This sounds like a very contrived way of getting us killed. Stay sharp, Initiate. Don't let your guard down in here, Initiate. Initiate, look there, behind that gate. Seems like some kind of thrown-together lab. Do you suppose they were making something to deal with the vines? I think I see some kind of chemical on the ground there. We need to find a way to unlock this door. Well done, Initiate. That was some impressive detective work. Let's have a look at this. Aha! My hunch was right. According to the label, they made an extremely potent herbicide. Judging from this container, it looks like it's meant to be dispersed into a larger system. No sprinklers in here, so... Dear Lord. The facility's water line? That would explain the bodies out there, but... why? They must have known this would happen. No time to dwell on that. Initiate, let's look for a station where we can access the water line. This is what we need to weaken the vines. Here we go. This looks like it connects to the main water line. Let's talk next steps. I should be able to disperse the herbicide into the water line from here. I'm suspecting that the security system here won't appreciate that. Expect alarms. And the company that alarms tend to attract. Ready for a fight? Okay. Fingers crossed and guns at the ready. Let's take a look here. Okay. The chemical has started dispersing into the water systems. It's detected a foreign substance. Prepare for it to get noisy in here. Initiate, I'll need you to keep them off my back. Ad Victoriam. Keep it up! Gotten through to about half the facility. Stop now. I'll need to reach the drainage system if we're going to affect the vines. hell, Initiate? The chemical is pumping throughout the entire water system now. A cesspite that was for disposing of unwanted chemicals? Well, one sleazy company's environmental negligence is our gain, I suppose. Those vines should be weak enough to break through now. I, wouldn't drink the water if I were you, though.
I'm still thinking about other ways we might get this door open. Definitely not replaying old episodes of Katie Inkwell in my head. Any luck finding a way to lift the lockdown yet? We ferried a lot of people through these tunnels. Not for...
Did you hear that? That doesn't sound like a feral ghoul to me. We should watch our backs in here. Hostile robotic entity? That's troubling. Be on the lookout. Dressed up as a sheep? Whatever it was, it's dead, and we should be able to lift the lockdown. Let's get back to that terminal. And that's that. Time to head back to Ares. If he has anything to do with all this.
Your boss looks like she's about to strangle me with one of those vines. Something happened in there?
Ares? Between the feral ghouls, the strangler vines, and that insane sheep robot, I've about reached my limit with this place. And your antics. I don't know if this is some kind of trap or elaborate cover-up, but we need to get through that door and get answers. Now!
Whoa, whoa, trap? Where's this coming from? Hold on. Did you say sheep robot? Like the Baba kind or the killer robot kind?
Ares! The door! Now! Please!
Okay, just give me a second. Yeesh.
Nearly there now. We're getting closer to the truth. I can feel it. I hope you're right. I'd like to believe he's innocent in all of this, but I can't lose sight of the goal. Finding the missing people, like Cassie, is a time-sensitive, life-or-death situation. That comes first.
Alright, let's see here. Login credentials, check. Terms of employment, yeah. Benefits enrollments expired, sure. And done. Trust me now? I'll even lead the way, so if you change your mind, it'll be easier to shoot me in the back.
Thank you for opening the door. But know that if we find anything linking you to this, you're still going to have to answer for it.
Add it to the catalog of questionable things I already have to answer for.
Seems like you've been pretty thorough. Are you ready to discuss what you've found? Excellent. I'll take what you've collected. Let me take a look at what you've found. I just need a minute to review it all.
Pull out your decoder rings, kids. It's detective time.
I see. That's concerning. Wait a moment. This name. I know this name. I think I've seen enough. Initiate, we should discuss our findings. Well, it seems like Cassie was indeed a part of this caravan group, but I think it'd be a good idea to step through the evidence together. I may have been assuming too much about Blue Ridge's involvement. I'd like to be on the same page, so where would you like to start? Yes. It would seem this was a routine trip, until the end. Something kept them here, and forced them to set up camp so close to home. That's right. The storm forced them to bunk down. They were an extra large group, too, with only one guard. Sitting ducks. Indeed. It looks like we have a clear account of their last moments here. That was my take as well. Based on Cassie's description and the letter you found earlier, we can assume they were these Hellcat mercenaries. The total number of people they've abducted, though, is staggering. Nearly 15 in this trip alone. Right, the manifest. One name in particular really stood out to me. Did you notice it? That's right. Dr. Blackburn. Not only was he present on multiple trips, but Cassie makes mention of him speaking with the armed strangers. Likely these Hellcat mercenaries you've dealt with. I imagine Dr. Blackburn was the one employing them. I knew the name sounded familiar. I had read it in Shin's report of your very first assignment with us. Think back, Initiate. Do you recall why Dr. Blackburn had been seeking our assistance? That's right. Dr. Blackburn was seeking assistance with his experiments. Something about curing diseases and helping people. I suspected it was too good to be true, and the evidence here certainly doesn't look promising. But could he really be kidnapping people? Indeed we do. Dr. Blackburn was hiring these Hellcat mercenaries to kidnap people from this route. It would appear they were cautious at first, but took advantage of a radstorm to steal away an entire group. An unfortunate end, but there's still hope of finding them. The only thing left is to report back our findings and determine Blackburn's location. I'm glad I had you here, Initiate. There's a few things I'm sure I would have missed if you hadn't been here to help. I do believe we make a pretty great team. I know you do, Initiate. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm a bit ashamed of how quick I was to jump to conclusions on this matter. It's something I know I need to change. But even still, I'm thankful that you continue to place your trust in me. Anyway, We should get back to Atlas and report what we found. If we can determine where Blackburn took this group, we may be able to track down Cassie, and perhaps countless others. I'll meet you there. Good work, Initiate. Ares, I owe you an apology. My rash behavior was unfitting of my position, and frankly, unfair to you.
Water under the bridge. All of my best friendships start with misplaced suspicion of mass kidnapping.
I will take your word for it. I am sorry either way.
If you really want to make it up to me, I've heard you guys have some killer rocket launchers to spare.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad you and the righteous paladin got the answers you sought. I honestly wasn't following. Something about cats and rug burn, I don't know. But it would be real swell if you found this lot safe and sound. Who are any of us? Who are you? Who is the paladin? Who am I? Now, that's a good question. Well, I know that I'm glad you killed it. If it found me first, you'd be talking to a pile of diced meat right now. Oh, no problem. You should head over to Big Ben East sometime. Join us for a caravan run. You're a natural at walking through dark train tunnels.
Once again, great work, Initiate. I'm gonna gather what we found here. I'll meet you at Fort Atlas.
We'll make Atlas stronger than Folk Defiance ever was.
Initiate. Good. You're here. We finally have a clear picture about the abductions, and it's time to do something about it. The Hellcat Company has been abducting people. Our findings at Harper's Ferry mean that Dr. Blackburn is almost certainly involved.
I can't believe he just walked in here. He must have been at work even then.
I hope my next mission is soon. I'm tired of being stuck in Fort Atlas.
The arrogance he must have had to come here, knowing what he was doing. Unbelievable.
The question facing us now is how to find him and the people who've been taken. Lucky for us, Scribe Valdez has made a discovery of her own while we were away.
That's right. Remember the Pip-Boy you found in the Uncanny Caverns? It took a while to crack the encryption, but I've unlocked it. It came from Vault 96. Well, we're not sure it is.
What we do know is that we have a definitive lead to follow. The super mutant threat takes priority. If we find the missing civilians in the process, so much the better. But we cannot ignore this lead either way.
Unsurprisingly, Night Shin and I don't see eye to eye on this. Fortunately, in this case, we don't have to. I think they're connected. A vault would be a great place to hide abductees. The Pip-Boy might even have come from someone that escaped. Investigating the vault is our best lead for either mystery, and maybe an answer to both.
Then we're agreed. The vault will be your next target. Scribe Valdez will accompany you. A vault is a potential trove of exactly the kind of technology the Brotherhood is meant to catalog and secure.
I've marked Vault 96 on your map. We don't know what we're walking into, or even how we'll get in, to be honest. We'll need to be cautious. We've made a good team in the past. We can handle it. Don't worry.
Scribe Valdez is a full member of the Brotherhood Initiate, and you've repeatedly proven yourself capable.
Of course. We've crossed the country on foot and fought raiders, and more. A Brotherhood scribe's life isn't all manuscripts and microscopes. Step 1 is finding a way in. You'll take point. Based on other vaults we found crossing the country, the vault should have an emergency transponder. Once you've secured the entrance, the controls for the transponder are usually there near the main door. Activate it to give the all clear and I'll follow you in.
There's no guarantees, but we have to move on this intel. It's a good plan, and I think we're all in agreement on this one. Find any evidence you can about the missing people, and any connection to the super mutants. If Blackburn is there, I want him taken alive. If he really is behind the abductions, he needs to answer for his crimes. You have your orders, Initiate. Good luck. Dismissed.
Well, if it isn't my favorite initiative.
Do you have any questions about your duties? If you have any... Sure. Sir. Marcia seems to be doing well. Great work on bringing her back here. I never had a chance to thank you. It's very important to me that her and her brother remain safe and here with us. It's the best way to ensure their safety.
We should spend less time mourning for Defiance and more time here.
Your service to the Brotherhood so far is appreciated, Initiate. I'd like to see more of it. Yep. I hope that, in time, the smiles of those we... Before I envision the future safe, united. As of now, our power...
I thought I had seen the Wasteland House to offer.
I had every wish. His loyalty to the Elders is... Should he ever...
I'm tired of being stuck in Fort Atlas.
Aim for myself holding down the fort. When do I get to go out and prove my worth? We're here to protect the people. They'll learn that in time.
Little late to the party, aren't you? If you're looking to loot the place, some Blood Eagles are ahead of you in line. I'd stop you, but, I think I quit. Our squad was guarding the entrance here when we were overrun by Blood Eagles. Killed everyone. Me too. I just haven't kicked it yet. Name's Woods. Corporal Woods, Hellcat Company. Mercenaries. We got hired by this creep of a doctor to guard the place. Among other things. Promised us salvage rights here when he was done. I don't think we're gonna collect on that. Yeah. Raider types, but more bloodthirsty, you know? You can usually deal with the crater sort. Blood Eagles, though. They enjoy the killing. Hell of a bedside manner you've got. You know I'm dying, right? Go ahead. Not like I'm doing anything else. Clock's ticking, though. Yeah, Blackburn. Real unnerving guy, even before we found out what he was doing. Kidnapping was just the start of it. We should have cut ties then, contract or no. Even mercs should have lines they don't cross. I'd say I didn't have a choice, but we're mercenaries. We do it for the money, not some noble ideal. Nobody to blame but ourselves. It's our own fault. We got lazy. This place is so far out of the way, nobody ever passes by. Kind of the point. We figured we'd be shooing off the occasional stray scavenger that came poking around. This lot sent grenades through the entrance before we knew they were there. Rushed us while we were recovering. I took a bullet in the gut. Bastards left me to die slowly, because they thought it was funny. Jesus, interrogating a dying woman. That's stone cold. Aw, don't look like that. I'm just fucking with you. This is important. Maybe you can fix our mistakes. It's where he had us bringing him. Other squads did, I mean. I was just guard duty. Not that it makes me any less guilty. Whether or not any of them are left alive? No clue. Wouldn't count on it, with the Blood Eagles ransacking the place. Can't figure the dock will last long either. That doesn't bother me, though. Seriously? I'm bleeding out in front of you and you want my life story? Oh, hell. Rather die with somebody than alone. Whatever. Best of a bad situation, alright? The Hellcats had limits. A code. Better than joining up with raiders. We did good jobs as often as bad. Until this time, at least. That's kind, but it's a little late for that. I've seen enough gut shots in my time to know a stim pack and bandages aren't gonna fix this. This one's got my name on it. God knows I've done enough to deserve it.
Wow, it's freezing in here. Look at all this ice. The environmental controls must be damaged. What happened here? Those are Hellcat Company uniforms, right? It looks like a massacre. Blood Eagles? What are they doing here? Looks like Paladin Romani was right. There's a link between the abductions, Blackburn, and the super mutants. We still need to figure out what. Give me a moment to look at these terminals. Oh, that's not good. The vault's on internal lockdown. I guess someone's responding to the Blood Eagle attack. If there are automated defenses still working, they'll all be active. We may be facing more than just Blood Eagles. Be careful. Let's get moving. I'll follow your lead. Locked. Must be the security lockdown. Let me try something. Got it. I was able to use the Pip-Boy's protocols to get the doors open, but it fried the circuits. If we run into any more locked doors, we're gonna need another way through. I guess we found Dr. Blackburn. Looks like most of this place is locked off. We need to search everywhere, but our options are limited right now. I think the door labeled mainframe is stuck open, though. Let's start there.
Hostile target detected.
We survived.
Kill.
This vault was a biological research facility originally. There was a small team of geniuses Perhaps it is fitting that I found this place. I have been honest about my purpose, after a fashion, but less than forthcoming about its nature.
There's another attack.
All clear. Initiating search for hostile target. Attention. Fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
Sensor alert. Anomaly detected.
Enforcement authorities. Intruder. Identify yourself. Commencing attack on hostile target.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 22. In retrospect, my enthusiasm for the cryogenically preserved specimens in the vault was excessive, if not actually misplaced. I am down to the last 4 viable test subjects. Further research is at an impasse, unless I move to humans. Obtaining volunteers will be impossible. The necessary experimentation to even approach a function. I will have to take extreme measures to obtain subjects.
What can I help you with, Initiate?
persistent refusal to depart is a distraction I do not need. Please, I am asking you again, leave this place and do not return. There is nothing for you here but sorrow. Whatever you think you will accomplish here, I promise you that you will not.
What was that?
Glad that's over with.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 38. The capture of human test subjects is itself less difficult than I imagined. The people of Appalachia are in bad need of medicine, and lone travelers are easy to approach when one is a doctor. I tell myself these acts are necessary, the work too important, and I cannot complete it without living human subjects to experiment upon. It is I compound failure upon failure. In my quiet hours, I question what I have made of myself. I began this enterprise fully cognizant of my danger. But even with that foreknowledge, I did not comprehend the weight of it. I become different from that fool Elias, a fond monsters with no humane end in sight. Am I deluded in believing myself capable of success? These moments pass. I push aside those doubts and focus on the work before me. The people of Appalachia need this. The world needs this. Let them vilify me when they learn what I have done. I will make a better future for them, even if I do not live to see it myself. End log. Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 17. I am no longer alone in this endeavor. Against all odds, I have made contact with a former colleague, Dr. Farha, whom fate preserved as it did me. Dr. Farha was reluctant when I first described my aims, the testing that will be required, and the failures. Give her pause. Even at university, we clashed on the ethical boundaries of research. Regardless, I have convinced her to aid me despite her doubts. I will continue to work here in Vault 96 in secrecy. Dr. Farha, meanwhile, has established a laboratory suitable for mass production. She has acquired a foundling of sorts, a young woman by the name of Nellie Wright. She seems something of a prodigy. I believe it was Miss Wright's enthusiastic support of my ideas that convinced Dr. Farha to acquiesce to my request for aid. Farha has also brought in James. I knew him from university and our time at West Tech. This work is his chance at redemption, as much as my own. End log.
Why would he electrocute and irradiate his specimens? What was he hoping to learn? This seems insane.
Is that you, Basher? Who do you think it is, jackass? It's Tally. Hold up. You're not one of mine. You sound familiar, though. You're that clown that screwed things up for me at Fort Atlas.
You know her?
Listen, we're in a bad way here. Cut off from the rest of our people and the damn robots keep coming in waves. We need help. Hardy har har. Let's get serious and make it quick. I can help you and you can help me. I can fix that, but you gotta agree to help first. I can make it worth your while. I've been trying to get us out of here since we've been locked in. I just found this vault security key card. Should open all the doors in this place. You help us, and it's yours. I told you I just found it, dummy. I was about to try it out right when I heard you walk up.